gentlemen, it is your man Amimo. Welcome to another video here, another series here, and this one is very special and a very special dedication to one of my old friend. Maybe wondering what we're talking about. Welcome to Nightlife that gave me a wife. This is series number 1. And we are going to get as more episodes as possible as time goes by. So people get wives in different ways, and let's dive in. The year is 1997. The morning, I had spent a night with my beautiful girlfriend at the time. And remember, we had spent a night. So as I was escorting her to go home, I had people shouting here and there, Diao, here they are. And I was surprised, why are people shouting at me when I'm over 18 and the lady is over 18 years. So this is what had happened. Let's go back in the last 6 hours. Nightlife in the village is very different from nightlife in town, in that in town you experience very loud music, partying, drinks, and all things like that. But how was this thing done in the village? These are two different versions of life. In different villages, we have things that you can't access in the city. Now, how did this happen? Let's go back 6 hours before the time we were being chased by people shouting, here they are, here they are. The previous night, there was a disco matanga. Remember, nightlife in the village, we depend on disco matanga or any events that happen at night, and also caches, church caches, because they run overnight. So this day there was a disco matanga. This is the preparation for burial, the celebration they do at night, where we have music, we have churches entertaining people and things like that. So on this particular day, I had this lady I had seduced for some time, but she had refused to come to my home. So on this particular day, she had gone to the disco matanga with her parents, the mother, because one of the deceased was a best friend of the mother. So she accompanied her mother to go to the disco matanga. So I played my cards well, and we planned where to meet, just on the road, and that's how we vacated the place. So at the time there was no phones, so just used signs, and when you agree on the time, let's say you are supposed to meet at exactly 8 p.m., that's the exact time you're supposed to meet, because there was no phone to say, I'm a bit busy, I'm a bit engaged, I'll not come, and things like that. So you were to keep time, because if you lose it, then the other party will assume that you're not coming. So we met along the road, and we went as we were making stories, cuddling here and there, until we reached my Simba. Simba is a small cottage. It's a hut, and the roof is grass. On reaching there, I opened the door. The door is made of they call it magogo. After um, getting timber from the wood, we have these outer coverings. That's what was used to make my door. So we got into the room. It's just a single room. The bed is there. It is the sitting room and the bedroom is separated by a cloth or something like that. So inside the house, we cuddled and everything went like that. So we enjoyed ourselves till 4 a.m. We enjoyed ourselves till 4 a.m. and we slept. Unfortunately, we overslept, and the time we were waking up was around 11. Remember, a long time ago, the houses and the huts were built in a way that before you get out of the house, you go to the you are in the main compound, and when you get out of the house, if everybody is outside their houses, they have to see you. So on this particular day, that's what exactly happened. Everybody was out running their errands, and we had woken up very late. My intention was we were to sleep for 1 hour. At 5, I was to take her back to their home and to cover everything. But on this day, everything was exposed in daylight, man. Now, we just assumed whatever will happen, let it happen. Now, we moved, and as we were going, we saw people looking at us. We assumed them, and we continued going. When we reached the main road, we saw a group of people, the parents and brothers of this lady included. When they saw us, they started shouting, "Here they are, here they are, ndio hawa, ndio hawa." When we heard that, and they said, "Shika yeye, catch him, catch him." When we heard that, we started running. I remember when we were back in high school and primary, we used to use this phrase. They say, "I ran as fast as my feeble legs could carry me." So just imagine, how can feeble legs, feeble means weak, my weak legs could carry me. So does it mean you are going very fast or you are going very slow? We have some phrases that we use in writing compositions, but in real life they do not apply. We ran as fast as our feeble legs could carry us. Really? Anyway, let's continue. So we ran. But likely in the village, you remember in western part of Kenya, sugar canes are planted everywhere, and the sugarcane plantation is everywhere. So what helped us dodge these people? And remember, we ran in different directions. So we entered into these sugarcane plantations, and nobody could catch us. That was around 12. So these people I later heard that they went home and reported me that I was ruining their daughter's life, and they wanted to take her to college and things like that. So later, around 5 in the evening, I emerged and went back home and did everything as usual, give food to the cows and things like that. Basically feeding the cows. Now, at around 8, I had somebody knocking at my door. When I asked, who is that knocking at my door? I heard a very soft-spoken sound saying, Nimimi, it's me, baby. Really? And I told her, I don't know you. How can I open the door? It might be a ghost. Remember, ghosts can imitate sound of a person. No, it's me. It's me. So I just opened the door, and surprisingly, it was the lady that I had spent the night with last time. The lady was shocked. She had bruises all over. She was crying. And I asked her, what's not happening? You tell me what's not happening, because when I left you, everything was okay. But look at yourself right now. You have bruises everywhere. You're crying. Tell me what your problem is. So she entered the room and she started crying. So I had to soothe her so that she can calm down and tell me exactly what was happening. So she told me after running up and down, she went home. The parents were there, everybody was there. She was whole and wiped. As she was being wiped, she ran away because she was being disciplined in a manner that, according to her, she didn't deserve that, because she was already 18 years and above. Just because they wanted to take her to school, that is why they beat her. And I told her, can I take you back home and go and explain to your parents what had happened? And she said no. She said, if I'm not going anywhere, if you don't want me, just don't know what I'm going to do next. And never look at me again. So as a man, what do? I love this lady. She has run from her parents. She has been punished for being with me. So what do? I take the risk. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next day in the morning, around 5, elder came to our home with his Nyumba Kumi people. They hauled us and took us to our sub-chief to go and report us. So we were asked by the chief, why are you people trying to destroy your lives? And we told them, right now, we are deep in love. You know, sometimes they say love is blind. So we are in love. And the lady was asked, are you comfortable being with this man? The lady said, yes, this is the love of my life, and I must stay with her. And for your information, I'm not going back home, because the way they punished me was like something they were to beat and eat. And that's exactly what made me not to go back. Ladies and gentlemen, to cut the long story short, the lady was legally handed over to me, and she became my wife. Ladies and gentlemen, people marry in very different ways, but this is one of the stories that beats logic. And from that day up to date, it's around 27 years. Mr. and Mrs. Franklin are in marriage. They've been blessed with 5 beautiful kids. And she gave me this beautiful story. And I said at least people could hear this and know you never know when you'll get married. You never know who your person is. You never know what true love is until you go through such things. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man Amimo here. If it's your first of my videos, like, subscribe, and share. And let's move on towards 1,000 subscribers. Ladies and gentlemen, I just have nothing to add on but to say thank you for the subscribers and returning subscribers. Thank you for everything. Until next month, remember this is the first episode and we are moving forward swiftly. So more is coming and let's meet on that one. So man, Mimo. Till next time, bye bye.